cue almost.
Knocking.
Yeah, heard the knock. But before the dogs went, did you hear the Okay. Hey everybody, to all our believers, it's happening right now. There's nothing more. The best thing that you could ever do for us is to reach out to us and say, we need your help. And we're here on property in Shelby, North Carolina, to help one of our believers who is having in her description, a Bigfoot infestation. And we've been here for about an hour and a half, just kind of getting the layout of the evidence that she has to offer. And it's almost overwhelming. And we're going to show you, while this is happening in the background, some of the casts that she has laying in her garden. And then she has 2 areas marked for us that we're fixing to cast now and see how they turn out and how well we can hopefully show our viewers at home these 2 cast prints. But wait till you see what else she's got. It's incredible. And there is 2, one full print, one partial print. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to very delicately pick out the straw only, okay? And because I don't want all this straw in here. We're going to have to get rid of the straw. And if I'm moving the straw and it acts like it's going to move any earth whatsoever, I will not be moving the straw, okay? But you can see even right there, there's something right there on that end.
Maybe a smaller Bigfoot following a bigger Bigfoot.
Exactly what I'm thinking. And so
some of Vicky's cast already out there.
And
everywhere y'all see flags flying out here is what she has marked of either prints. I've got to ask her questions about the little rock pile she's got marked over there.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. They set on fire.
That sounded loud.
Did that almost like it. That was weird. That was either a thump or.
It was a thump. Oh, car up there.
Cars, everyone.
But Paul, he's so excited about y'all.
Yeah, we're definitely excited y'all invite us out here. That's awesome.
He wants to come out here. I said, wait until they get all their information, because they don't want anybody trampling over everything. And
yeah.
I'm going back to the house, leave y'all alone.
No, you're fine. Thank you.
I didn't even need to dam that one up, really. And I ain't disturbing anything here. I'm just
yeah, smoothing.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's in all down there in the crevices, you know. 'Cause gravity's pulling it downhill automatically, so I'm just trying to.
So David just went to get more water for the casting of this area. As y'all can see, I know I've went over this, but here is one of her own cast. Here is, and actually right here is, and there's all kinds of prints out here that she hasn't cast, and she left here for us. She's excited that we're here. We're excited to be here. She seems like she's a very nice, credible lady. But this is like really cool. First time I've seen this on any like Squatch expedition we've went on. She's actually got a tripwire here and then this thing hooks into this here. I'm not trying to mess it up, but this is like next level stuff, everyone. Like, this is how much activity she's... Okay, there's animals going crazy. That's definitely a donkey over there. So that had me going at first. I got a little cold chills, but everyone, if this thing trips, it sets off a camera. Like, she's got this stuff tripwired. She's got surveillance signs now. She's got stuff on camera. We'll get into that later on in the episode. While David's out there, I'm going to scope some more around, but she's got at least 10, 15 flags out here, flagged of tracks and trails, and we've not even got to the structure in the woods. So David's prepping, as you guys and gals can see, for the print number 2 for today for us. But this, I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys, she's pretty good at casting some of her own prints, and I'll just show you guys and gals the outlines of this stuff. So this one would be, what would you think, Dave, a juvenile?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a full grown, so,
Yeah.
you know.
And then this bad boy, you can tell a juvenile was definitely following a Bigfoot, a bigger Bigfoot Sasquatch because of the double step down there. Chapter 1, David 0.
The stuff we do for our fans. So I fought with the plaster and lost.
Yeah.
All
Big
over
time.
me.
Perks of being video. Now this is a... What's funny is we ain't even got to we ain't even touched the... I don't even think we've even got really into this investigation yet.
Oh no, we're just pulling into the driveway.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot when my hat's turned backwards.
Brother, hot ain't the word for it. We actually cannot wait to get in the woods where it's cooler for a change.
Letting the cast dry.
Yeah, we cast 2 prints up here in this garden, and we're fixing to go into the woods on this property for our first expedition here and just scout out and see if we can see any signs. One of which we've been told about. We're hoping to find some kind of teepee structure, and so we're going to be all eyes open for that one.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we were told to look for was the teepee structure, and we found it. And you know, I've seen these big and small, so this is probably one of the smaller ones I've seen, and I'm excited to explore it. Sorry, I stepped on your
Oh, you're
drink.
good. You're good.
I'm just looking around, and I'm trying to make sure I'm, looking at everything, and there's blob squatches to be seen. So I want to make sure everybody understands that first. So you want to put that out there because I've already seen one, and I can debunk it real easily. And but something made this teepee structure, and we're going to see if we can take a closer look and hopefully find some evidence of what did. Now I'm going to look all around the base of the trees right here, because I see bare stuff. As far as,
Yeah.
I'm just looking for any kind of indentions around this. I mean, because, okay. Our guest that invited us is doing something that I was going to do, and I see signs of it. So this has got to be the teepee structure, because she's leaving glass beads for them and candy to see if they move it. So I am not going to do what I was going to suggest and leave them a gift, because she is already doing so, and I don't want to intrude on what she has already set up. You can see the glass bead right there on top of that one stick. Okay, this is clearly an engineered structure.
They always go with the main stick right down the middle, don't they?
Yeah, there is first time we've ever been on property, And you have to, if we're not skeptical, we're not doing our jobs. So when I look at this, it's definitely not, this isn't deadfall, okay? It's out in a wide open clearing, and I see a couple of things I got to investigate here in a second. It is at the corner of her property looking at her house. So I don't know what significance that would mean, but I can't fathom why anybody would build one to punk her. I mean, so, right now I'm going to accept it as face value. It is a teepee structure. We cannot deny that. So now we're going to try to find evidence to support that it is a Sasquatch built structure. So I'm going to step around this side. There's not been a Sasquatch through here today because there's a spider web right there. But here again, come right here, Taylor, and shoot up this straight. Oh, stop. Go around that tree. Go around that way. You're going to be all in the spiders. I see it crawling. I don't want to get on it. Yeah, there you go. You look right up through there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's just a little ravine, but now keep in mind we're dealing with some very small tracks here, juvenile and maybe infant, and it comes out right to a clearing and looks right at her house and at the corner of her garden.
You know what that reminds me of?
The Bigfoot Underground.
The Bigfoot Underground.
Yep.
The tunnel system that
Yep.
Tate had his first sighting. It's
Yep.
a mimic of that, and it's what?
I was
50 miles away.
Yeah, about that far. Yeah, we're about 50 miles away from one of our primary hunt sites. Okay, we're back to the whole teepee structure. We've surveyed the area, and for me, I've got to dismiss whether it's somebody's punked us or it's legit. So Taylor and I are talking. If we were going to punk somebody and prank and put a teepee structure up, we're going to build a structure. It's probably going to be a little neater than this, okay? Because we're human and we don't know how to mimic an animal, okay? It's a fact. We're going to be a little more delicate about what we're doing. When you look at this one, you've got the one little sapling that's bent over under everything. Why would you even need to do that, okay? It's actually ingenious because it's a support. It's like a natural recoil spring to push it up. And then over here on this side, you got just these little haphazard limbs just laying across the structure, that have no reason to be there. And it's just messy enough for me to believe that something in the crypto world had a hand in this. So I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying this one's legit. I believe that this is a Sasquatch teepee structure. It's too haphazard for it not to be, and it's too ingenious for anybody to know to bend that limb over to use it as recoil.
Yeah.
I think that just really cements it for me.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I totally overlooked that whole sapling bent down in there.
Well, when you look and you can see, it's actually it's like a support.
Yeah.
And I mean, it has no reason to be there. It's ingenious. Catch my breath moment. We're deep on her property, and I can't offer this up as prints, but it's intriguing. There is a possible track right here. Possible, okay? Right here is another strange indention, but this is very hard ground. It's not like the garden where it's freshly tilled and you sink up 6 inches when you step into it. But what intrigues me the most is the direction that these things take. And I'm going to turn around the camera, and if you point right through here, you can see where there has been something traipsed through the briars.
Oh yeah.
And then right over here is the same way. Something has traipsed through the briars. And then ow! My ankle just traipsed through the briars. And there's another path right there where something has just plowed through these briars like they were nothing. I want you to know one strand just hit my ankle and completely stopped me in my tracks. Ouch. So, I got another one hugging my leg. See, Got these chainy briars that got me wrapped
Yeah.
up. Oh my God, these and chiggers are my arch nemesis.
Yeah.
But something is going through this thicket like it's nothing. So now, there's a pasture over there, but it doesn't come to this part of the property, so the cows ain't out. Cows ain't gonna walk through that. I don't know if the deer will or not. I mean, I don't think a deer's gonna traipse through the briars for no good reason. But it looks like something large has been through there in 3 different directions. So, all right, I'm gonna give out a call because we haven't done one since we've been here. So. You hear that?
There's a
Yeah.
It's blowing.
It's over in that thicket.
Yeah. Y'all can hear behind this dog. There is something I would describe it as a. Right? Is that what you?
Yeah.
Like a blow, like it's blowing at us. Maybe a aggressive blow, not a deer blow, like just a.
You can almost hear the grunt to it.
Yeah, a bass.
Yeah.
Every dog in the neighborhood
Hates.
Yeah.
All right. We're here on the trail that Taylor scouted, and you know, there's scat right here, and I don't know what kind of scat it is, but you know, we just thought we'd show it to everybody. And there's the beetles eating the scat. So, I mean, it is definitely poop. And then Taylor is calling me over here, you know, because it's just kind of crazy. Out in the middle of nowhere,
I mean,
there's this rock laying right here. Oh God, that's a heavy rock against that tree. Been there for a minute, okay? I mean, we're not saying it was just put there yesterday, but what's it just doing there leaning up against the tree? It's a big rock.
We know what we get whenever we find big rocks like that. It's normally the locations where you hear the boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Of course, this one hasn't been used in quite some time because the vines have grown around it,
We're
but
missing somebody today, aren't we?
we're missing.
Are we missing somebody today?
Tate.
Oh, Captain Vomit's not with us.
Yeah, Tater. Man,
Yeah, we
sorry,
missed you, brother.
Tobes.
All right, we're here with Miss Vicky, and she's invited us here to Shelby to talk about some things that have been happening on the property. What have you been experiencing, Vicky?
Well, since I bought this new piece of property, I think it's fixing to rain. I decided I'd go look at my property that I just bought, and I started seeing these really big footprints. And I knew there wasn't human footprints, and so I started collecting cast of the footprints. So it was pretty deep. Whatever it was really heavy. I got one handprint, one may have been walking on, and I had already figured Bigfoot, you know. I knew it wasn't bear. I said, everybody says bear. I said, no, not bear. And so I started collecting a lot of the cast of the footprints, and I must have, oh gosh, 20, 30 of them out there, and they're just all over the place. But
And
should my
and you're telling us that you believe that the Sasquatch are actually coming up here to the house, right?
Yeah, they're coming up to the house. They visit every night, just about. They walk around the front yard, the backyard, and to tell you the truth, I'm scared to go out at night.
Right.
You know.
Okay, understandable.
But they haven't done anything. They haven't damaged anything. They haven't made any real noises. So I've tried to get videos of them, but they're real smart.
Mm-hmm. You put a camera up, they disappear.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
They know them cameras, but I've tried everything I could to catch them out there other than come out here. I won't come out at night.
Okay.
These are big ones.
Our job is to try to help you out. So since it's raining, we're going to let you move into the house and continue to interview inside, and we're going to finish up on these cast prints, okay? And then I'm going to move them up here out of the way, out of the rain when we're done. So.
All right.
Now,
Ooh, I sweat like a mule.
Now, what we want everybody at home to understand is she's got a ton of casts, and she's done a very good job of flagging the property to show us where potential activity has been. And trying to cast a Bigfoot print is terrible. It's hard to do. We're not the world's best at it, so I'm not expecting anybody to be an expert, but you know, these are crude, and there's a lot of casts we see are. You know, and there's going to be skeptics, and I get it. People are going to, it's fake, it's whatever, so say what you will. But there are too many here to deny something is going on. There are too many different sizes, there's too many different depths, so it would suggest to me that it's different stages of Sasquatch of life, you know, baby, juvenile, female, male. Out of everything here, what excites me the most is this one and that one over there to the far left-hand side, because those appear to be handprints to me. And we have seen handprints on some of our expeditions and research missions, but we've never been able to cast one. You know, we think it's a handprint, but we don't know. But you can clearly see the definition in the palm, everything here. So this excites me. This lends credibility to her story, and that's why we're here. And we hope we can render some source of help for, or put her mind at ease about what these creatures really have an intent here on this property. So we're gonna get out of rain.
Okay, here's one of my pictures. This is one of them y'all were looking at.
Right. This is
Okay.
You know, this was taken as you found it, you know, recently, because you know we're looking at it a week or two after the fact, after multiple rains.
Yeah, this is my first one, so this is probably about a month or
Okay.
so old.
So-
And you can see how long this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see the like 16. I'm not sure if this is the back tail end of the footprint, but this is,
Well, it's.
or was it this one?
I would think it'd be more. This is going to be a younger creature. Okay, so it's not. It doesn't have to be as big. I mean, the way that foot is laid out is it's not a human print. Okay, humans not going to leave a print nowhere near close to that. So we could dismiss that now. If it's a fake, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So we're gonna leave it as if that is a good print.
This is the baby.
That is an intriguing print because it is standing right beside what we would think would be either
The
another
mother.
juvenile or mother.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
That was part of the mother's foot, but see that come off half the here. So I put the picture together, you know, just put them together. But that's the baby next to what I believe is the mother, and it was just born.
well, it's fairly young for sure.
And
so.
heavy. It's heavy. Okay, that's the mother. I believe is the mother. It was beautiful too. This is a weird one. They got some weird ones out there.
But it's another good. I mean, it's a good example of what could be a Sasquatch print.
Yeah, I think there may be a little inbreeding going on. You know,
Never know.
Kind of mixing up stuff. Can't see that one. All right, that's one of the casts I made. Not very good. I just put that line around, try to get a good idea of what it should have looked like. That's one I believe was a little hand print. Because
it could be. It's one of the cruder of the three of the handprints, but
Yeah.
but it's definitely something there.
yeah, and I put my hand next to it to try to just give an idea. All right, this is one of my first young ones I recognized. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the toes right here. Now you know, if a person tried to make these, they would probably really get down on the heel part of it and everything. But a lot of times they walk on their toes. They put a lot of weight on their toes. I've noticed on a lot of them. That's not a good one. Oh, the heel was. Okay, this is my first cast. Like what you may have been working on. It's a little run over right here, so that's not really what it looks like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you just do the best you can.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, so.
That was my. That's the mother. I believe it's the mother. And I just put. Yeah. That's what. That's some of them I just downloaded just for jokes. Okay, here's some of my cast. And so. I don't know what's next. I'm scared to look.
Could you actually go back to that one that you skipped over? Well, I was curious about what that one was. It was before right before it.
That one?
Back
Oh.
up. Back right there.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, this is the one I caught. I just put this as an example.
Okay.
Trying to get an idea, because for a long time I'm wondering, what do they look like? I never see them.
And
You know?
to our viewers, I'm going to use my finger. You tell me if I get this right.
Right.
She's talking about this dark outline that appears, and then this is what could be a face right here. It's really pixelated. This picture was taken
Over 100
probably,
feet?
yeah, it's probably a lot further than that, but probably closer to 150 to 200 feet away from if that camera was on your building.
Yeah.
Okay,
It,
yes,
it was further than that.
Okay, so it's at least 200 plus feet for this picture. So when she pulls it up, it's really pixelated, but it appears that there is a dark shadow that forms behind this tree. And, you know, so that is an interesting picture.
Yeah, and then the tree before that, you want to see it before it showed up?
You can show a comparison.
Okay, let's see if I can find it. Hold on, let me. This is where I seen him standing. See, there's nothing there now.
Right,
But that's the tree right there.
right.
And I believe as a hill, it drops off in the back. I believe he may have been standing below that
Yeah,
hill.
there's an incline that drops off behind it. That's correct.
So he was standing on that, below that hill, and his head came up to here somewhere. So I calculated it'd be around 10 feet, if not taller. So that one is an example of, that's not real. I made that on Photoshop. But that's an example of what came down my driveway one night.
Oh, okay.
It went in front of the truck and it had fiery red eyes, and it was at dark. It wasn't in the daytime.
All right, everybody. It's another adventure, and once again, the Squatch watchers are getting rained out. We got storm clouds over here, and we're in the rain, and it's rumbling overhead. So this adventure comes to a close for today. But what a spectacular day this has been. Miss Vicky was so gracious to ask us, out of anybody they could pick, her and Paul reached out to us because of our reputation, our honesty, and our Christian faith. We are very appreciative of that. Thank you guys for allowing us into your Bigfoot world for just a brief moment. Now, the good news is we have an open invitation to come back. So Tate, Toby, we got to have a full crew. Property's too big for 2 people. We need to be able to split up and do base camps, okay? Bring the walkie-talkies. We need a real all-night investigation when the weather permits. So, guys, if you'll bear with us, part 2 to Shelby, North Carolina is coming your way.
I think you're telling the truth.